Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome for the first time ever on the Steebee Weebee Show, model, actress, and kick-ass skateboarder, Briana King.
Yay. Yay.
Thanks for coming.
Yay, of course.
Man, I'm hyped that you're here. Hey, this is historical. First female skateboarder ever on the Steebee Weebee Show.
I feel happy.
Ever. That's historical.
Yeah,
that is.
for sure.
And the way we met was just crazy. How did we meet? At Venice, right?
Yeah, at Venice. I was just skating down the boardwalk and I heard your voice. So I just like heard that. I'm like,
With the Michael Jackson high pitch?
yeah. And I just like turned and I was like, yeah, I like that voice. So I'm going to go over there. Like you were yelling at someone else like, yo, do you want to do this? And they're like, no. And I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I was just hyped to meet you. Your energy out of the whole day, your energy was top notch.
Yeah.
Positivity.
Yeah.
Because we met some characters that day, especially that one Native American. This Native American dude was really getting hard on me, huh? He was. I thought he was gonna stab me. But you're like a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
You're just like boom, and then I'm like, oh dude, she's skate. Like you were cruising. You had a shake jump grip tape and everything.
Sparkly.
Yeah.
All cute.
That's so crazy. And
Push the mic a little bit.
like this.
Toward me.
Like this.
Away. Yeah.
Away. Okay, sorry. I wanna just get into like I get super stoked just watching your progression as a skateboarder. Like, how did you get into skateboarding firstly?
Okay, my story, I guess, like how I got into skateboarding is like a huge mess. But I grew up in LA. I'm from LA.
That's what's up. Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's huge here. So it was always something that I wanted to do. And my mom wasn't like really cool about it. And I remember like one day she finally got me a skateboard. And I skated for like maybe a month, like a few weeks. And I ended up breaking my leg.
What? Doing what? Learning to kickflip?
Nah.
Okay, what? You ollie some stairs?
Yeah, I ollied some stairs.
How many?
4 stairs, which is so dumb. But we put a board, like I ollied down the 4th stair, and I was like, yo, that was mad easy. Like, let me do it again, but with like a board in front of it. Like, I got this. And then I did it. And then I'm like, I'll put 2 boards on top of each other. And I go, and I was
Wait,
like,
on the top of the
like
set.
this, you know, like truck
Yeah,
and
yeah,
wheel,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So high up. And then my back truck ended up hitting it, and I rolled my ankle, and I broke it. So my
You
mom,
rolled it like this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, no,
Ow.
I always rolled my ankle as a kid. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
good. And then I was like, oh, I broke my ankle.
Damn. Did you feel it break right away?
Yeah, but I didn't.
It swelled up though,
I
huh?
just, yeah, it swelled.
Yeah.
It was huge. And I was just like, I can't tell my mom. And probably for like 4 hours, I was just outside.
You didn't put ice on it right
No,
away?
I
The
was
homies
freaked
didn't get
out.
ice?
No, we're all dumb. Like, we're
Yeah.
all dumb. And I was just like sitting outside, and my mom came up and she's like, Briana, like, come upstairs and eat some food. And I lived on the second story.
So you had to limp up there.
No, I didn't even go. I was like, I'm not hungry right now. And then one of my friends was like, yo, Rosemary, Briana King broke her ankle. I was just like,
Oh my God.
damn.
They
So
rush you to the hospital, or what's the deal?
my mom just like ripped my shoe off with my broken ankle, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty broken. Like, let's go to emergency." So that happened, and I never skated again. Like,
What year was this?
7th grade. So
Oh, this is 7th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. What got you into? What made you want? Like, did you see a video?
yeah,
or-
at school we would watch like hella
Mad
skateboarding.
clips?
Like there was so much skateboarding.
Like what? Like Baker
happening.
video? Like
Baker, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
was Baker 3 came out that day that I broke my ankle.
that was a damn good video.
Yeah, and I remember like
Damn
Dustin
good.
Dolan. I was always obsessed with Dustin
dude's
Dolan,
gnarly, yeah.
and I was like, he throws himself off of everything.
Did you
like,
see
I
him
can
do
use
that
it.
gas station?
Yes,
So there's this
yes.
gas station thing on Sunset. It's on top of this rooftop, and then there's a steep ass bank. And he was kick flipping into that.
Right?
And I was scared watching it. I'm like, what is he? Was he crazy?
He's rad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
So what out of like what part, like I know it's like broken down into clips, but like whose part like really like stoked you out the most?
I loved Ragdoll because he was similar to Dustin. They
Yeah.
just threw themselves everywhere.
Just
and
down
they just
stuff.
Didn't care. So I liked that about skateboarding. These people were just insane. I've always. So yeah, it was just pretty much that, and anybody that was just like a crazy skateboarder that I really looked up to. And yeah, so after I break my ankle, I don't skate again. And I had like friends around me that were skateboarding, so I like push around here and there. Like I'm like, look, I can still kickflip.
Yeah.
But then I ended up moving to New York, and
For what reason?
okay. Oh, here's another little story.
All right,
okay.
all right.
2010, I ended up moving to Australia because
Australia, that's random.
Yeah, I just didn't like LA.
Yeah.
I was just like, I felt so weird here. Like I grew up in the 626, and I was like the only black person, and I just felt weird. I was
What's
like,
the 60? What area is that?
like San Gabriel.
San Gabriel Valley.
Like Monterey Park.
Okay, gotcha.
Montebello.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like felt weird, so I was like, I'm just gonna go somewhere really far where they still speak English, and I ended up in Australia.
Sydney.
Melbourne.
You didn't? Do you know anyone in Australia?
No, I didn't. I knew one friend from Instagram.
So off the strength of one friend off Instagram, you just hopped on a plane with your stuff and
I was
moved?
freaked out, and
Well, you have a place to live?
I was gonna go live with this person and his family, like just a bunch of strangers, basically.
Was he a skater?
No, I wasn't really into skating.
Oh,
then, like,
it
I
was just
already
it
stopped.
was a dude.
It was just another dude, and I was just like, hopefully this goes well. And he picked me from the airport. We
Was
sat
he-
down for dinner. I just started crying. I was like, I just ruined my life. Like,
Oh
what did
my
I do?
God.
Like, I was just like freaked out.
So how was your relationship? Was he cool?
He's mad cool.
Oh, okay,
He's
okay.
Still one
He
of,
was-
like, he's my best friend still. Like to
That's
this
what's
day.
up. Yeah.
So
So how long were you out there for?
like 6 years.
6 years in Australia?
Yeah.
What's it like living out there?
It was cool. It was cool.
Oh my! Like,
I
did
just-
you skate it all out there?
Okay, so my partner out there had a half pipe in the backyard.
Damn.
I skated it maybe once, and I skated maybe for a couple of weeks, and I just felt so insecure just being the only woman skateboarding, because he only had friends that were males that were skateboarding, and
Yeah.
it was just like, I feel uncomfortable. I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah. What were you doing for work and
Just
like?
modeling. Like there's not too many like mixed black people in Australia, so
Yeah.
I was like a freaking like, it was lit.
Okay, so let's go back because you're kind of jumping. Like you said, kickflip. Like I want to know when you learned your first kickflip and how that made you feel. Because I remember the moment I learned it, and it was like one of the happiest days of my life.
Okay, probably like the same week I got my skateboard.
Yeah.
I remember the first day, like I saw my neighbor do a kickflip, and I was like, I can do that. You know?
You learned it in one day?
Yeah, and I sat there all day. I had these like 2 poles in front of my house, and I would just like hold myself up. So I would try to like flick it.
Yeah.
But I'd hold myself up probably even for like 11 seconds until like my board flipped away. Like,
Oh, so you're learning the flick first.
yeah, learning the
Oh,
flick
that's
and then
smart.
holding up my body and then landing on the board. So like I did that all day, and then I ended up just landing a kickflip. Like I learned everything super quick. Like as a kid, it
yeah.
just made sense. to
So
me.
that's the first trick you learned after an ollie. You learned how to kick
kickflip first. and
before a
then
shove it.
I kind of I'm not gonna talk about shove it.
That's great. Cause okay, there's the way I learned it. I learned pop shove it before even an ollie. I don't know why, because it just the way my board went, and then I just jumped up with it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
it makes sense to just like throw your legs like spaghetti.
Yeah, like
in a
scissor.
shove rather than just like,
yeah.
Can't really move that way.
Okay, so after a kickflip, what was this second trick you learned? Front 180, front side 180?
No, flicks. I've always been to flicks, so it's like varial.
Because you got a varial kickflip. Yeah. You got a varial flip. Yeah.
I ended up learning varial kickflip,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had bad heel flip, bad heel flips, front 180, no back 180s yet, and then I think that was pretty much all I learned. And then when I was in Australia, like those couple weeks that I skated, I learned backside flip, and then no more skating. But
damn, you learned a backside flip for like your third or fourth. Damn, I can't even. I'm horrible at backside.
That's my favorite
yeah.
trick. My favoriteest trick of all.
So that's very impressive to me that you learned a backside flip before all the other ones.
Yeah. Didn't make sense.
Okay, so you're out in Australia 6 years,
Yeah.
and then you're modeling, and then what was the night like? What was it like? Like, what are the people like and the culture?
Okay, so still like growing up in LA, I was awkward, and then I went to Australia and I was still awkward. I wasn't too social.
Yeah.
So a lot of my time was spent with like my friend that I knew when I moved to Australia, and I probably had like 2 other friends. So I really didn't do much of anything. I would go to the beach, and I'd come back home, or I'd hang out at the skate park and watch everyone else skating, or eat. And
Wait, in Australia?
Home. Yeah, I was really antisocial.
How?
It was just like
how were the parks? There some dope spots out there in Australia? Like, what was the park like? Like the layout?
It was amazing. Like St. Kilda Skate Park was right on the beach. So you have like grass, beach.
Damn.
Yeah,
and what was it? Was it mostly like street oriented?
Transition. A lot of transition.
Oh, I saw you at Venice.
I
saw you do. I saw your thing. Her snake.
Okay, the day that I met you was like one of the
yeah,
first
you
days
made
I
it to the coping too.
I know, yo.
So anyway, at the Venice skate park, I guess there's a snake run. I never hit that, by the way. I'm in the kiddie area, where there's those 2 small things are. But you like hit that snake run and you hit the coping.
And I got out. And I did a kickflip out. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. So when did you get the courage to hit that?
It was probably just like a month and a half ago. Like I would always.
You're progressing so fast.
Thank you. I would go to Venice and I would skate the little banks,
Yeah,
and I was just like, I'm fine doing that there. And then one day I was like, you know what? Today is the day I'm gonna get through all of the snake run. And I went there and I did it. And I was like, oh my God, like. And yeah, so now I'm just doing more and progressing and going faster. And
yeah, you got back 50 stalls too.
Yeah.
I saw you do that. Correct me if I'm wrong. You did that, right?
Yeah.
So when did you learn that?
This week.
This week. You taught?
Well, I skate with him often. But
okay.
Yeah, he helps me a lot.
As far as like body weight and all that.
Just in
foot
life.
placement. Yeah. I kind of had a feeling. I'm like, yeah, he skates because I was I was looking at his just his build and then his Janowskis. I'm like, okay, that's. I don't know. That's kind of a generalization, but for some reason, his Janowskis.
You want to give a shout out?
Yeah. Her friend came. What's your name, buddy?
I'm Alex.
Alex. So Alex came with Briana,
Shout
and
out
then
to Alex.
I just had a feeling that I don't know why I knew that he skated.
He looks
Without him saying, because he hasn't said much.
True.
He No, it's okay. No, you are allowed. But it's like that feeling. I'm like, I think he does.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you I skated though, because I was in my little. You didn't know I skated.
No.
Yeah.
We were talking about other skaters.
You were talking about other
didn't say
stuff.
that you skated.
Yeah, at all, right?
Sick. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun. It's I look at it as an art form. It's kind of like painting or something. And you don't have to. You could do whatever you want. There's no rules.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured in today's climate, there's so many different ways that people skate. People do like the dork tricks, like no comply stuff. People do gnarly stuff, or people do just ledge tricks. But I think I was so stoked to I don't know, for some reason you stoked me out just watching you like roll up and then you did a power slide and I saw your grip tape and I'm like, whoa. I thought it was the coolest thing ever that day that I saw. I'm like, that's cool. Who are some of your inspirations as far as who are your top 3 skaters? I mentioned Day One because Day One song Follows You, which stoked me out to the core. But who are 3 that really hype this that you're stoked about?
Okay. One of my best friends, which her name is Yasmin.
Shout out to Yasmin.
Shout out to Yasmin.
Mm-hmm.
She's so gnarly. Like, she just goes for everything, and she hasn't been skating too long, and she just goes in.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like the reason why I started skateboarding,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like look up to her so much. Like, I don't know. So Yasmin, and then of course Dustin Dolan.
Yeah. And you know, it's weird because he's from Australia.
Yeah.
And you ended up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird that I just made that connection, but.
And then, I don't know. It's just like all.
Well, you could say Daewon. I mean, that's always a safe bet.
No, and
Yeah.
then Rodney Mullen is like insane. Like,
Yeah.
I love the way they think, and I love the way they speak about skateboarding, and yeah. Oh, and Andy Anderson.
Okay.
Andy Anderson. Like, they skate everything.
Brian Anderson and Kenny Anderson as well.
All the
I'm
Andersons.
a fan of the Andersons. Yeah, I'm a
know,
fan. I'm a fan.
Fandersons.
Yeah. What is it about, like, I think with Rodney Mullen, I think that because he's such an innovator, he created all these tricks. Have you seen his TED Talks, by the way?
I've watched like, every interview he's
Yeah,
ever done.
yeah. And so the way he talks about it, and which I really related to, is he doesn't even like skating when people are around. He'll go like at 3 a.m. to some weird, like a parking lot structure and just skate by. I think that's so cool.
The way he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
He just needs like a clear mind. Like when you're taking a test, you're like, be quiet. It's
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah.
To really think.
And that, do you prefer skating like that, or do you like skating with your friends?
I like skating with my friends. The reason why I got into skateboarding again was because of the people around me, the women around me, or just the people around me made me feel comfortable.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just like, that's something also that I would like. I was just talking about this yesterday. Like, I'm vlogging my 30-day like progression sort of thing.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. Yeah.
And I was like, something that I want to learn over these 30 days is to feel more comfortable just skating alone and with myself.
What, like to 7-Eleven or something?
No, just like a
I'm sorry. that was
to
really-
like Irwin, but like not saying 11. But yeah, just to like have a little stash by myself, because I always just expect somebody to be there and like cheer me on and like just like, do you see that? Do you see me? Like,
Yeah.
Be happy for me. And it's just like, I could just be happy for myself, like by myself right now. I don't need someone here all the time. But yeah, I love skating with a bunch of people. It just like brings the right energy.
You know,
like,
that's so crazy you said that, because normally I'm not around a lot of other, like I used to, but now I just skate by myself to random places, you know, but I kind of miss that part of it with another person there. Because if you do something, they'll like, you know, they'll give you energy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that was sick or whatever. Yeah. Are you familiar with Casey Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know who she was, and she happened to be at the North Hollywood skate park. And I noticed that like people would leave her alone, and I'm like, who is this I didn't know who she was, but then she went up to the the ledge before the bank at the bottom. There's like a bank, but there's like a small ledge at the bottom of the park. She just straight up went there, no slide shove, like that, easy, no problem. And I'm like, whoa, she rips.
On another level.
I didn't know who she was. Then I asked someone at the skate park, I go, who is that?
Yo,
They
who
go,
dat?
they're like, oh, you don't know who that's Casey Baker.
on,
Yeah.
get
But
on.
I
I
thought
know.
it was a
I
funny
love.
story.
I love seeing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but yeah, it's I'm even like really hyped on the barracks now that they're implementing that as well, like the game of skate as well.
Oh, I know. Yeah. The women's.
Yeah, the women's
battles at the
division.
barracks.
Yeah.
That was insane. That was so sick.
So let's talk about your transition back into skateboarding. So it happened at tail end of Australia, and then what made you move back to LA?
No, okay.
All right.
In Australia, I stopped skating. I was just like, I'm done. I'm uncomfortable. Then, okay, I haven't really talked about it, but I guess when I was going back to Australia after visiting my family, I got stopped at customs.
Why?
Because I'm black. I don't know.
Wow.
I just got stopped.
Yeah, they were checking your shit, or
Well, they were like, you usually come over here on a working visa or any type of different visa, and I was coming back on a holiday visa.
yeah.
So they're just like, hey, you've been working here for a while. Like, how come you're coming on a holiday visa, blah, blah, blah. Like, Apparently, like in Canada and Australia, they're allowed to like check your phone or like whatever, blah blah blah. So like I already deleted everything from my phone. So they're like, oh, can we see your phone? And I was like,
wait, they have the right to do that?
Apparently.
To look in your phone? Like what, on your social?
Mm-hmm, just everything.
What TSA, like what's up with this?
Right?
That's not cool. Continue.
But I knew that. So I deleted like every app that I had, every message, just everything.
Ridiculous.
I was like, you can have my phone, like here we go. And they took my phone and they're like, you have any other electronics? I was like, nah, I don't got anything else. They're like taking like 2 hours. So I'm like sitting there like,
why?
They're checking everything. So like, I'm bored. And I brought out my laptop like a dummy. So they're like, oh, you said you didn't have any other electronics. Like,
so they took your laptop?
And then everything's on my laptop.
Like, what'd you have on it? Just skate footage? That's it? What are they expecting to find?
I have no
Some kind of cocaine deal or something? Like, what's their problem?
Yeah, so they take my laptop and I'm just like, honestly, there isn't anything on there. But there was one email from my agency in Australia saying like, hey, let us know when you're back and we can get you some work. So they found that suspicious and they basically deported me. They handcuffed me and they took me to the detention center where they like were going to do like an investigation.
What?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
This is the Australian side.
Yeah, and I'm like cuffed, like handcuffed, and my ankles are cuffed. And
for a modeling gig?
And I wasn't going there to do any jobs. I was just going there to go back. And my agent just said like, hey, like we have a job if you're here because we know you're in town. Like they don't even know anything that's going on. They're just like offering. They're like,
what airport is this? In Australia?
Just Melbourne International.
Shame on you, Melbourne. Shame on you.
So yeah, I was.
Get your customs straight.
And that's why I came back because I got kicked out. For 2 years. She's
an artist. She's a skater. She's doing the right thing.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah. You tell your mom that story?
Yeah.
What'd your mom say about that?
She was
probably upset.
She was so scared.
Wow.
She doesn't even understand. She was just like, oh my God, you're in jail. And I was like, pretty
that's
much.
So crazy.
But yo, there was this one girl that was in the detention center for like 6 years. Like she didn't want to tell them where she came from and she had no passport, no anything. So we don't even know how she got there. But she loved Andy Milonakis. And Andy Milonakis is like I love Andy Milonakis.
Dude,
so,
you know what's crazy? Our intern here, we've been trying to get Andy Milonakis on this Steebee Weebee Show for like a year now.
You gotta go find him in Venice. You gotta stay
out
in Venice.
But Ren, are we close to booking him? I'm an Andy Milonakis fan.
Andy Milonakis is the
That's
reason
my
why
friend
I
right
wanted
there.
to be funny. Like I was like, yo, I want to be like Andy Milonakis. But this girl in there, you know.
There's no one like him, by the way, in the world. He's a special guy kind of person. But continue. Andy, please come. But okay, continue.
And she loved Andy Milonakis, so all day she was just rapping like Andy Milonakis shit all day. And you know, like that's what really got me through like those days that I was in there, because it was just mad fucking funny. Like I was just laughing all day. I was just like, yo, this is like the craziest time of my life. But this girl loves Andy Milonakis and she's just rapping like all day long.
About Andy.
Yeah.
That's so weird because it's like everything's connecting right here. I'm like, wait a minute. And then literally a week ago, right? He was like, I'm close to booking Andy Milonakis.
Please.
We're trying to get a date. That's so crazy. So when you got out, like, I get out.
Mm-hmm. They take me to the airport, like all handcuffed to the plane. So everyone that's getting on the plane sees me in handcuffs, and like everyone's
they think
staring.
that you're like a drug overlord or something.
And then like I get on the airplane, I'm like, it's all right. Like I did nothing at all, and I'm just like next to these little sweet old people. And okay, but like also when I was in the detention center, they're like, okay, like you have to go back. Like where do you want to go? I was like, New York. I've never been there. I didn't know anyone there, and I was like, F it. Like I just like left my whole family behind, like everything that I just like established in those 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, I left it all behind. I'm just gonna go to New York. I'm gonna start like fresh. I don't know anyone there. Let's see how this goes.
Where in New York?
So when I first got to New York, I had nowhere to go. So I was just staying at like the
they have like
Conrad. I was staying at the Conrad Hotel on the Hudson River.
Damn. How'd you find out where to stay?
I just got there and I just like hoped for the best. I was just like,
isn't it expensive out in New York though?
Yeah.
So how are you how'd you maintain all that?
I had money and my friends also helped me. My homie that I went out to Australia for helped me a lot. Like, he was just like, it's okay. Like, you're just going to get through this and you're going to start a new life. And I was like, no, I want to die.
Yeah. And then that's when you start skating again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about New York skateboarding. Yeah. Because it's a different type of thing out there. Yeah.
So there, I'm in New York, whatever. Everything starts like working out, and then I meet this girl, Yasmin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mentioned her earlier. Yeah, Yasmin. Shout out to Yasmin again.
And I felt so comfortable. Like, I finally seen another black woman skating.
What did that make you feel like?
Like, I was like, I want to be like her. And it's like,
oh, she was ripping too.
Yeah.
Was she kickflipping too?
No, she wasn't. But she's like, just like.
But she was
down
charging.
The street, just going fast.
So she was pushing hard.
Pushing hard, power sliding, just going for things, like all-in up things that she knows she can't, but she just goes for it. And she's like bloody everywhere, just like going in. And I was like, I want to be that. Like,
damn,
I'm gonna do it. So we just like skate every day. Probably for like a whole year. I didn't work much when I got there. I was just like, I don't want to do anything else because I found something that finally made me like so freaking excited to do. So yeah, probably for my first year, I didn't work or do anything besides skateboard.
Dude, that's cool.
Like,
why not?
All day.
You know what? You only live once. Might as well just be happy. If it makes you happy to skateboard, do that more.
Yeah,
you know
and I was 24. So that all happened. I was like, yo, I never felt this happy in my 24 years of living. Like, this is exactly what I need to be doing right now. And that's just what happened.
I was out in New York with the band when we were active. We did a weird show at New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
It was Steve Aoki's... he's got a clothing label, Dim Mak Clothing. Yeah. And we had to do a show because we were like kind of like a punk, kind of obscure Asian punk rap thing band, 8 members. But they set it up on top of these mini ramps. So we had to perform, but no one paid attention to us. Oh. They were just skating. They hired like, oh, I saw Eric Ellington there. That scared me because he was just there hanging out. Because there was I don't know a lot of New York skaters. I know like the Cardona, Quim Cardona, the Cardona bro. I don't know that many. Yeah. But when I saw him, because he's a baker dude, so I'm like, what's he doing? In my mind.
Yeah, his wife has a skate shop out there.
I didn't know that. Yeah. He was hanging out, and it's I want to get into fashion as well, and so on one of our days off, I was going to ask you. We're in Chinatown, and there's a park that we found.
LES.
Yeah,
that's where
I had a lot of fun there, man. I had a lot of fun. It was and it was a gray day, and the kids, everyone was ripping, and it was like the way it was laid out was really cool.
It looks like a movie.
So yeah, let's. What'd you notice about the scene there that's different than out here?
Well, I didn't really know much about the skating scene. Like, I just was watching everyone else, like, on DVDs or VHS. Yeah. So, like, that was my first experience was skateboarding, like, at a park was New York. And I started skateboarding at LES.
So that's where you...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was living on Delancey and Ludlow.
Okay. I don't know the streets out there. I just know.
Yeah. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I just know there's under like a... Like, it was like a bridge. Like, there's like a... underpass thing. Yeah.
So like there everyone was pretty friendly. Like, you're a woman skateboarding,
and they were probably they're hyped. They're like, whoa, cool.
So everything I was doing, like, I do a manual, they're like, yeah. Like, every time I did anything, everyone was pretty stoked on it. Like, dudes were, at least. And I don't know, I just had a really good experience. Everyone's pretty social and like sweet in New York. Yeah. Like, when it comes to skateboarding.
Mm-hmm. So, what was your favorite thing in that park to skateboard? Because the layout's pretty unique.
Just the pyramid.
Okay, there's a pyramid.
That's why I learned to do like a lot of my tricks was on that pyramid. Because it's still like slippery but still gritty. So you're not going to like fly out, and you still got some traction on there. So that was just my favorite. Just being there in general is like my favorite. Even just for a long time, I'll just like go and skate there skate flat. Because there's so much noise around there.
And it's wide. It's like spread out and wide. If it's been a while, but if I remember it correctly, it was like wide. Yeah, it was wide, and there's room to move. How were you getting? Because I noticed you brought your book. Can I show the camera as well?
Did my skateboard.
So how are you getting your skate stuff out there to keep going?
Okay.
Were there local shops or And can we talk a little about how you came up with this concept as well? This is awesome.
Simpsons. I don't really like TV.
Yeah.
But I just watch a lot of YouTube. But Simpsons is like the only thing that I like to watch, and I'm like, I want to be a Simpson. And my friend Jeff Pack,
that's awesome,
made this for me.
Amazing.
And every time I have a skateboard meetup, I give away some boards in the raffle, or just whenever the homies can't get another board at the moment, then I hook the homies up.
If someone watches this and they fall in love with this, is there a way to get this?
Yes.
Can we tell the viewers and listeners?
If y'all skate and y'all are avid skaters, not just like a random person, because you can't just be taking my board for nothing in life, but like if you skate, then hit me up and we can get you a skateboard. And
then where do they go? Just on your Instagram?
You can go on Briana King on Instagram or BrianaKing.com on the World Wide Web, or
That hyped me up too. Like, it hyped me when I saw you had your own board. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's crazy. Where do you get these printed? Where do you get these made?
I don't know. My assistant did it.
She did all this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to New York, and then I want to get back into some, like, the fashion and how you got into modeling as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you start getting hooked up out there, and then there's shops and everything?
So I don't skate my own skateboard. I ride.
Why not?
Because that's just weird. Like, yo.
I'm sure there's like pros and sponsored people that feel the same way.
Pros, but they worked for it. Like this, I'm just like, I just don't want to skate my own board.
Well, what is the psychology? Because I've been watching just random content on skaters. I saw a thing on a rest in peace Dylan Ryder, but it had a segment where he was talking about his sponsors and how he doesn't even like putting his own logos on his boards, like his own sponsors at the time. So is it some kind of I don't know, maybe a psychological thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
So maybe they're thinking, hey, I'm a skater. That's like, enough. Just me skating for this thing is enough.
You have so many eyes on you. There's just like, you don't need more you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's enough.
And then when did you start, like, so how long were you out in New York, and were you still modeling out there as well?
Okay, yeah. So I've been in New York. I still live here in New York. So it's been 3 years. But so my first year, I wasn't skateboarding. I mean, I wasn't modeling. I was only skateboarding. And then I had somebody approach me on the street about doing a job where I can model and skateboard.
Damn.
And I was like, I'm down. Like, I can model on set. Like, I was so...
Just random person?
Yeah, just like skating down the street, like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I want to book you guys for something. And I was just like, all right. Like,
and who's this person?
I don't even remember what my first job was. I just remember that I ended up skateboarding and getting paid, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Like, I only want to skate and model. Like, that's just so much more entertaining for me on set. Like, I have my board, I can just like be distracted, and like in that moment, I'm only thinking about skateboarding, and I don't have to think about my face. I don't have to think about my body. I don't have to do this. Like, it's just like, this is the one thing that I have to do in this moment, and I'm down with that. Like, this makes me feel good, and yeah, so I just.
Damn, that's so. So with you, just synchronicity things. You just, I mean, I don't know you. I'm trying to get to know you, but it seems with your trajectory, you just meet these people, and then it just connects, and
everything just somehow worked out.
Yeah. How did you get into? Were you with an agency? Good question.
I'm a real life model before Instagram existed.
All right. Let them know.
I had got an agent in Australia. And
same type of deal? Someone just spotted you?
No. Actually, I just went into an agency on my birthday.
And you went in?
And they're like, oh, yeah, we like you. You're going to work tomorrow. I'm just like, so I got like a campaign. Like, I went to casting the next day, and then I booked that and then I shot it the next day.
How do you cast for, I'm just curious.
Model?
Yeah, how do you do a modeling casting?
It's super sad.
Yeah.
I don't.
Go ahead. I'm just interested. I have no idea how it works.
You just wear tight clothing and minimal makeup, and you just go in and be like, hi. And you take a picture and it says your name on it. You don't talk. You don't do anything. You just like go front, back, side, and then you bounce.
That's it?
And that's it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like no personality, no speaking, nothing at all. And it's just like really awkward and overwhelming. And yeah.
Is there like there's casting places for that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's the waiting room like there? Is everyone just quiet?
Oh, yeah, it's
it must
so
be awkward.
It's
Everyone's just looking at themselves on their phone.
Yes, it's so awkward.
At least you're like doing kick flips and you can bring your board.
Yeah, okay, now when I go to castings, it's amazing because I walk
You could skate
in
outside.
and people are like, yo, I want to skateboard too. I'm like, yo, we're homies now. But like when I first started modeling, I didn't have anything else to me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm cute, like sick. And everyone goes in there. I don't look like anyone else because I'm in Australia. I'm like, everyone's blonde and white in here. I'm like the only black person. Like, damn, I'm not getting this. Like every time I just thought that. Like every time I'm like, I'm not gonna get this. I'm black. I'm not gonna get this. And then I always got it, but
dude,
it was just like
tight.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, booking it.
But now it feels really good when I go into a casting and they're like, yo, you're the skateboarder, like blah blah blah.
Dude,
blah,
that's
blah,
gotta
blah.
help.
And I get to walk in
Because that
with
sets you
this.
apart from a lot of these motherfuckers.
And I'm like,
You
I'm
know
not
what I'm
going in
saying?
baggy
Like,
clothes.
People don't realize, like, dude, skateboarding's a hard thing to do.
But
you
just
know?
like even just doing anything else, like when people are modeling, you just like if you're into drawing, like, you know, put that out there too. You're already putting your face out there. Like just put out all your talents. Like just show everyone that you do something else so you can be set apart from everyone else. Like everyone has a talent. Just like focus on that thing and do that one
whether
thing
it's
and,
drawing
like,
or acting, whatever.
running.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm a real good runner. Like
Hiking,
look at me. Like
or
yeah.
whatever you want to do. How did you get to the point where you got representation, like agents and all that? How does that work?
My agent now, Jeff, like
Can we shout him out?
Jeff.
What's his name?
Jeff
Can I give him some love right here?
Photogenics. He's the
Shout
best.
out to Jeff from where?
Photogenics.
Shout out to Jeff from Photogenics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so sweet and so rad and so cool. He just showed up to the skate park one day. He's like, where are you skating at? And I was like, Cherry Skate Park in Long Beach.
Damn.
And it was on my birthday. Again, I got signed on my birthday. Wow.
That's how it goes.
He pulled up on me and I was like, yo.
He was taking skate flicks?
He was just like chilling there. He's like, yo, like I just came to say what's up. Like I just want to
Oh,
say
he wanted to get
hi."
to know you first. That's more real than just a. Yeah, he was like
coming
one.
to our agency, you know.
No, he was like in your environment. You're skating, and so what was his job to find you? How does that work? He finds you different. Like, what do you do it for, like magazines or?
What kind of work do I do?
What kind of work do they find and stuff?
For me, everything. So I do print work. I do commercial work. I do everything. I do everything besides runway because runway is not fulfilling to me, and it's just like something I'm not down for unless it's like Gucci or something.
Oh, so Gucci, if you're out there, yeah.
No,
Can we put out in the universe?
yeah.
So Gucci, if you're watching this,
all of Gucci.
Gucci, if you're watching this, hook my girl up,
You already
big
know.
time.
Yeah, I know.
Endorsements,
Yeah.
sponsorships. What else? I like doing this.
I just don't even know.
Just Gucci.
But just like I don't know.
Yeah. How does the pay rate? I'm just curious. How does the pay rate work in the modeling world?
If you're Briana King, it's nice.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. If you're BK, it's
no.
not.
It's not even because I'm me. It's because of my agents and like Jeff and Anna.
What's
Everyone at Photogenics, like everyone, like there makes sure that I'm good. Like when I wasn't represented by anybody, so like when I was living in New York for those like 2 years, I was doing pretty like big jobs, but I didn't even know that like the amount of money I can ask for. And now that I'm with an agency, I was just like, oh. Like I didn't even.
They fight
know
for you. They fight for you.
Getting this much money for a day's work. Like
what's the most? What's the most you just?
I
what's
can't.
no, just
I
please,
literally
please.
cannot speak about that.
Okay, but if I guess, will you at least like
I
give
don't
me
know
a
if
wink?
it works like that. I know. There's
Oh,
so many NDAs.
so you can't disclose.
Yeah, because everyone on set is getting paid different. Everyone's getting paid differently. So like.
Okay, well, I'll do more vague questions on the pay.
Oh my God.
Do you get paid for the day rate, like showing up, or do you get residuals, a royalty? Like, how does that work?
It's just on the usage. So it's like, where is this going? Where is it going to be played at? And then that's where all the money comes from. And then since I do have like a decent following online, then I usually get another lump sum of money for posting to my Instagram. So it's like a day rate, usage, and then my Instagram.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah. So you're doing okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you an example. My brother, he's a pretty well-known comedian, actor. And before he booked Mad TV, the show Mad TV back in the day, he booked a campaign for IBM. It was a Codernaut campaign. And because you said, he was print. It was print too. but he was on billboards he was a small Asian dude with the glasses and in an astronaut outfit, and then there was another tall. His counterpart was a tall white guy with a astronaut outfit. And they flew them both around the world, Tokyo, London, Germany, everywhere, just to be the Asian dude with the. He made $100,000, and he showed me his itinerary, and it blew my mind. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying if. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah. But that's good. I'm happy for you. You know why why this is a good situation for you, because you do it, but then you can still skate with the homies.
Yeah. I'm usually skating with the homies whenever I'm like shooting.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, look at all my other homies. They're skaters too. So I usually get to work with my friends.
Yeah.
I was like, and then a majority of my friends are models now. So I just like put everyone on, and then we all end up like being in the same shoot, or like even by accident, we're all in the same shoot. It's like, oh, I didn't even know you're doing it. Like, oh, yes.
Was there, going back to skateboarding, was there one particular male or female skateboarder besides Dustin? Because we love Dustin.
Yeah.
Like, that when you saw them do their thing, you were like, whoa, that's inspiring.
Yeah.
All right, who's that?
Shredmaster Keith.
Oh, shout out to Shredmaster Keith.
Yeah, he's a New York skateboarder, and he's just so steezy. Like,
what is it about his skateboarding that...
He's just, like, smooth. He's just going through, like, the park, like, like, and his, like, I don't know.
Well, it's his style.
His style, just, like, the way his body moves, his body, the way he stands on his skateboard, and it's just, like, the way he maneuvers, like, through everything is just, like, amazing.
That's crazy.
So that was definitely like.
You didn't even mention tricks or anything. You just said the way he skates.
He's just flowing like through the park, just like slappies and ollies and not many flips, 180s and like shoves, and it's just like so rad. And then also like why I felt like I wanted to start skating, like the snake run at Venice was like Leandre Sanders, which is Scapegoat. I was just like, yo, I want to get on that level. Like obviously I'm not gonna be on that level, but like yo,
but you're on your way. I've seen the progression right now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, she's learning, right?
Yesterday, like, learning back 50s, back disasters on the quarter pipe, like.
And then
in one day.
And then and then I kickflipped off this like big thing, and then like the same thing, and then I ollied over that thing. But like the 30-day skate challenge is like making me go in.
It's this younger, cause I'm old, right? So when I skateboarded. In the 90s, it wasn't cool to skateboard. There was literally 3 dudes that skated at Poway High, one of them being Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
Wow.
And everyone else, it was looked at as you're the deviant, loser, outcast.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's flipped. It's kind of like, no, it's cool. Skating's cool.
Yeah,
and
sure.
The way you learned to kickflip, it took me a lot longer.
Yeah.
A lot longer. And when I landed it, I was in Scottsdale. It was in Arizona. Oh, we were skating this under this parking structure, Scottsdale, Arizona. It's where the Wedge is. There's a skate park there now, the Wedge. And I kept doing it, and they're like, just stand over it. Just don't fall off of it. Because it was flipping a little bit. But I remember when I landed, it was super sketch. But it flipped and I landed it, and then I felt like I won the lottery or something. I was like, I was like losing my mind. And then they like lifted me. It was a whole. It is. But if that were to happen now, they would be like, oh, that ain't even switch or not. You know what I mean? They're like, whatever, dude. But back then it meant so much to me, and I was like, I'm in my 40s now. But this is a long time ago. But it was like. I will never forget that day, you know. And when do you think the change happened? Because now it seems like kids, they're learning all these really advanced maneuvers before like the fundamental. Do you notice?
That was also me though.
What do you mean?
Like
how is this happening?
Tricks. I was learning tricks, and I didn't really leave the front of my house. So it was just like trick, and then I didn't even know how to push.
What?
Like. Yeah, I didn't even know how to push. I just knew how to do tricks. And then I remember when I got to New York, they're like, oh, she can kickflip. Are you valid? And then, like, we go push. And, like, everyone's behind, like, in front of me. And I was just way behind. I was just like, dang, I really need to learn, like, to push.
So do you think kids are more comfortable learning the tricks first before they just skate?
Yeah, everyone
Like-
feels so rushed. Like everyone's online, like looking at their phone, just like
Laser flip,
they're
how to
like-
laser flip,
yeah,
and you're like,
YouTubing this or watching all their favorite people. Like, I want to do that, I want to do that, and no one's really like, not too many people that are online just pushing, and just showing you push it around everywhere. And
Are there tutorials where they show you how to just push?
yeah, there probably is.
That'd be kind of a good thing.
I'm doing how-to videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a YouTube or what's the deal?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna upload to my YouTube. I'm editing my video today of my first
What's up with it? Let's just start promote. Let's promote that.
YouTube.com/Briana King.
Spell it out.
BrianaKing.
Yeah. Craig, you had a question?
Yeah, well, no, see, I want to hit on the acting because you said you were starting to do a lot of acting.
Yeah. How'd you get into that? The acting.
Oh, okay. The acting. There's this movie called The Skate Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a women's skateboarding film, and they did pretty well. Like Jaden Smith is in it. So just
Well, Will's
his son.
the rapper?
Yeah.
What the? I'm a fan.
Did you ever watch The Wolfpack?
No, but
Okay.
I watch his rap video,
Yeah.
icon videos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
he's
love-
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
He skates too?
Yeah, he skates.
So have you met him?
Yeah.
You met Jaden Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, let me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was in
All right,
the
let's
movie with
talk
him.
about it. Talk about it.
So just like, I guess I didn't even act in the movie. I was just like in the movie for quite a while, just like skating around with all the girls and stuff. And I guess since like I have credit from there, then I just like get casted in other movies to skateboard in and other TV shows. And then, yeah, just now I get to speak. And it just like all happened because of skateboarding. And I guess
Some of the projects so people can
Yeah. So what
the
are some
son
of the
is
projects?
also a star.
The son is also a star.
Yeah.
Okay, is that an indie film?
No, it's a film with some huge people that I can't even remember.
Is it out yet?
Yeah,
It's
is it
already out
Okay, where could people watch it? On Netflix? Or
on everywhere.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, keep going.
And then the Skate Kitchen also put a TV show out called Betty, so we're on that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, just things, random sets that I don't even remember what I'm doing. I just like show up and I don't think, because then I stress out.
Yeah. Did you have to take? Are you taking acting courses?
No.
You're just doing it.
Yeah, it's just like a weird time right now.
What?
Not a weird time. It's just like a very special time to be like a woman in skateboarding, that you are like precious, and there's not many other people, not too many women that are skateboarding and acting or are also a model.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, this is an actual real skater and she's done a bit of it. Like we can see that she can actually speak, like let's go with her. But that's something I definitely want to like get more into. Like, okay, I want to act and I want to be able to show them, but I don't want to go to castings. But I haven't,
Right.
I haven't
It's a
been
part
going,
of it, though.
I haven't been going to castings yet though, and I'm still getting
Well, they're
stuff.
just booking you.
Yeah.
What? That's great. They're just booking you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with SAG? Like, do you have to go through union?
No.
You have to go through an acting agency, like for these
I
theatrical.
just send them to my agents. I have a commercial agent.
Oh, you
and I have a
do?
print and then like a social.
You have a commercial agent?
Yeah.
So you've done commercials?
I've done a lot of
Let's
commercials.
let's talk about that. Like, what are some of the things you did? Have done?
I've done 2 Apple commercials where I was skateboarding. So if you
Apple?
yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's been,
So
been
how
pretty
did you
rad.
get those gigs?
On Instagram?
You got an Apple commercial off Instagram?
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Oh, you got like, how was it showing up to the set of an Apple commercial?
It was
That's
okay.
crazy.
First of all, I'm in this like
Damn.
it's a
Killing it.
huge production,
That made me
And-
sweat. I'm like, I love Apple.
And I was freaked out. Like, I was freaked out. There was no one else. It was just me, like, all by myself. And I'm just in this, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It was just a lot happening. But I wasn't even, like, real skateboarding. They had me, like, on a prop skateboard, like, on here. So they can, like, film me, like, alling through space. So I'm like, there's, like, a stick and then a board on there. And it's, like, all wobbly. So they're just like, okay, be still. Like, do this, do that. I'm like, this is hard. Like, I'm way high up.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but it was an amazing day, and with a million people looking at me, and I
And
was
you're
so
the
freaked
principal
out.
actress.
Yeah.
You're the person they
Yeah.
got. What was the DM? Like, I want to read. Like, what did they write you in the DM? Like, hi, I'm Chad
Yeah, it's just
Barnsworth from, whatever from Apple. We found you. We like what you're
We're
doing.
looking for real skateboarders.
Okay, keep going.
You fit the criteria. Please email me. Let us know your rates and availability. And I was just like, okay, this is what I need. And I'm available here. And they're like, okay, great, you got it.
Like that?
Yeah.
Because I was in the commercial game early 2000, and I had to go through 5 callbacks just to get one commercial. Let me shout out my commercial. Sour Starburst. I'm Jimmy in the Chinese restaurant. I had to put the Sour Starburst in and make the pucker face. Yeah. But let me tell you, that's not what happened to me.
Yeah.
I went to the first one. They go, all right, come back. And then it was like 3 or 4. The last one, I'm like, I got it? And it was this other Asian kid. And I remember walking by, like, his mom had, like, nice ass, like, clothes. And it pissed me off because I'm like, dude, this kid bypassed all the other commercials. He didn't even make it to do the other rounds.
Yeah.
And I remember we were in front of the Vista Theater and they're feeding us lemons. So we're in front of the Vista Theater, and we're like, all right, you put the lemon in your mouth. And then you put it out, you know. And then I overheard one of the people say, yeah, get that other guy on the right, get him, me. His hair's more like Bruce Lee's. Because at the time, I had like deeper sideburns, and it was more longer. Like, and so once he said that, I'm like, it pissed me off. But it got me the job.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of shallow?
Yeah, it's pretty rude.
So.
I love Sour Starburst.
Oh, you love Sour Starburst?
Now and laters, now and laters.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
And stale sour.
Yeah.
Stale sour straws only.
Yeah.
Hard ones only. Vintage.
Let's hear about some of your other gigs. We'll go back and forth because I have stories for each of mine too.
Okay, this is like the best one.
I'm out of the game though. I'm out of the commercial game. Yeah.
The one that made me feel like super excited about was my Jordan campaign, like commercial.
Jordan, the shoot.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You get like the top
Yeah.
shit. How'd you get the Jordan campaign?
I used to hang out at Huff on Fairfax.
Just in the just right down the street.
Store,
yeah,
you know, just hanging out, and I met the homie Sobe there, and then one day, he was like, "Yo, like, you wanna like do this one job?" And I was like, "Yeah." I didn't really know. They're like, "Oh, we're shooting a campaign, or well, we're having a photo shoot." You know, I didn't even know it was like a campaign or anything. It was just like a huge job. It was a huge campaign, and I shot with a bunch of them, like Billie Eilish, and just like an Olympian.
With the singer?
Yes, it was just like a set of just like all these crazy people. I have like my own trailer. It says like my name on it. My security guard like walking by me. And I was just like, damn, like this is not just a shoot. This is like a shoot.
Yeah. Where did that take place?
In New York.
They flew you out there?
No, I was already in New York. So just by coincidence, I was already there, and he hooked me up there, and then I don't know. So that was like the first campaign, and then I shot a second campaign, and then I had a party with Jordan, and I had like this, and then
where is her mansion located as we speak? Where is she
Alex's house, Alex's bed.
Okay. All right, keep going. Okay.
And then we just got me and Alex and my friend Felicia. We were in this commercial, and it's like playing at halftime, and it's like up on New York, like playing and near the Staples Center, and just like a bajillion places. And that was like the most like that was just the craziest moment, like the craziest like commercial that ever came out, and it just like looks so damn crazy.
Yeah.
But
a few more, just maybe one or two more, yeah, because these are amazing to me.
My
wow.
HP job.
You're magical, by the way. It's like there's magic just surrounding your aura.
Yo,
but continue.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, you're killing life right now. killing it. Continue.
And then the HP, like the laptops.
So you're doing all the HP and Apple?
Yeah.
How'd you get this thing? You're at Target and someone saw you at Target.
It was my
What's
homie.
the deal? What's going on here?
It was my homie.
Okay, I need to start hanging out more at places.
There was this girl I met on the street, like just like skateboarding at Tompkins, and she was like, "Hey, I'm casting like for an ASAP Rocky video," So she cast me for this video, and we're like sitting in this, like call time was like 12 a.m.
Yeah.
So, and we're like, and it's freezing in New York in the middle of winter, and we're like sitting in this like cold, sad warehouse, and she's like, I'm sorry guys, like I'm gonna get you guys another job, like like this is a crazy situation, but like it's gonna be cool. So I'm just like sitting there, and then
I need to rub some, whatever you have, I need to rub that on. Like, I need some of that, like with my aura. And God dang, I need to rub it up. Dude, I need to. Stinky. Yeah, I'm gonna walk to 7-Eleven. I hope someone sees me there tonight.
They will.
And we're looking for a small Korean guy. Yeah. You're the guy.
Yeah.
Could I ask you one thing, though? Because it seems like you have positive energy, but also you seem like you say yes a lot.
Yeah, let's talk about
a lot of,
to a lot of this stuff, all these opportunities.
Okay, let me talk about the positivity first.
Yeah.
Through like my
give the viewers and listeners some insight.
I had like a weird childhood. I had a weird upbringing, and I was just like just chill for a long time, I was just like stuck on like me, like that's what was just like in my head majority of the time. I wasn't sad, I wasn't happy, and then like when I finally experienced like happiness when I started skateboarding, it was just like a drug. It's just like, why am I not gonna be happy? It's so much easier like just to be happy. So whenever something annoying is happening, like I just like make sure to go out of my way to just like laugh at it. Like even like at the skate park and someone like rams into like my leg, and I'm just like but I was like, okay, you know what, like my leg still works, he like I just like took me so long to feel this that I like cherish it so much, and I just like feel so grateful that I'm able to like feel this way, and like my brain is like functioning normally. And I forgot what you asked after that.
About just saying yes.
Yeah, yes to stuff.
I said yes to a lot of things for a long time. It was just like I was so grateful to be doing what I was doing, but it became exhausting. It was just like I had no time to really do anything for myself, and it was just like I am skateboarding and I am teaching. Like my job for like most of last year was teaching skateboarding. I was like,
oh, you do courses? Did the classes?
I hold like events for women and queer skateboarders.
Okay, how do they sign up?
Just on my website or my Instagram. You can I post flyers.
Okay, this is a great segue because this is the tail end of it. Yeah, start plugging how they reach you, all your stuff, your social media, websites, and all that.
So yeah, everything is Briana King.
Yeah, spell it out again.
BrianaKing.
Okay.
And everything is free. I teach everything for free. I'm sponsored by like The Ones. And
can we give them a shout out? The Ones?
Shout out to The Ones. Shout out to Genevieve.
Yeah.
Thank you for making my life sick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I get paid through them. So everything's free for everyone else. Mm-hmm. We give away boards, trucks, everything you could possibly need, and everyone goes there and like makes new homies and new skate homies, or not even skate, just like people start like poetry groups and this and photography, and it's just like this is where you go to connect and make friends.
Do you have a wheel sponsor?
Spitfire.
Oh, you're on Spitfire?
Mm-hmm. Well, like Deluxe hooks me up with everything.
Wow.
And with me and everyone else around me, for all the homies.
That's so awesome. You are doing well right now. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm very grateful.
Just a piece of advice you give like a girl watching this who wants to start skateboarding or pursuing the stuff that you've conquered or you're doing. Like what advice would you give them? Like the kind of attitude that they should acquire as far as life and everything. Maybe what he said. Say yes to things. Show up to things, maybe?
Show up to things. Mm-hmm. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of the world. Like, it's okay to be awkward and uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like, if people don't like you, you probably don't have to see them again. And the people that you do like, make sure to cherish those friendships, and, then great things happen. Like, me talking to people, helped me a lot. And I'm still, awkward around some people. Mm-hmm. And people are pretty understanding, and they know where you're coming from. So it's just put yourself out there. It sucks trapping yourself in the house when you feel like you're trapping yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to be there, be there. But if you feel like you're trapped, go out there. And if you want to get into skateboarding, there's so many meetups now.
There's skate meetups?
Yeah, for women and queer people.
Dude, really?
Yeah, like
would you meet at a spot and you guys all skate together?
And if you live like around the world, I have like this highlight on my Instagram where I post people everywhere around the world where these people are willing to teach people or help you learn how to skateboard. So you just go through that highlight and click that person's name and write them, and you can make new friends or learn how to skateboard or do anything with them. And those are just like a bunch of nice people. And if you want to find somewhere in your city and someone doesn't pop up on my highlight, then I have like recommendations for everywhere. But there's a lot of nice women and queer people that are willing to help everyone right now, and it's pretty freaking rad.
I want to end it with showing your board, and then
make sure we get all the YouTube.
oh yeah. Let's promote your YouTube and your Instagram one last time, and your website.
Okay, my website is Briana.King.com. My Instagram is Briana King, and my YouTube is also Briana King. So yeah, I'm gonna upload to my YouTube today. I'm doing a 30-day skate challenge, and I'm vlogging the 30 days, and it's gonna be super cool.
That's so sick, dude. It was an honor having you. That was awesome. I just have a couple more just ending announcements. We have a Patreon attached to the show. If you want to help support the show, go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. Shout out to the new patrons this week, Brian and Mike Roy. I also have music coming out, an EP. Shout out to Shane Mullen, David Bartholio, Jason Geisbrecht, and Michael Martinez. All my music's at SteebeeWeebieBandcamp.com. There's a website at SteebeeWeebieShow.com. The Instagram attached to the show is Instagram/QUANGOU. I'm mixing the album, the EP. It's close to being finished. It's like 95% done, and that's going to be on my Bandcamp probably very soon. We're going to be working on a music video as well. So go to SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com for that, and then I'm going to have it on all platforms maybe a month later on Spotify and Amazon and blah blah blah. There's no Little Ray's, but Lil Ray is going to return shortly. Go to the channel youtube.com/SteebieWeebie for more content, vlogs, puzzle videos, P.O. Box videos, clips, cooking vlogs. Steebee.
I like the cooking vlogs.
Did you see the fried rice one?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Steebee on the Streety. And if you want to send stuff to the P.O. Box, including puzzles, because we want to do more puzzles, send your stuff to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California, 90093. Support the other podcasts, Lost Go Projects, Necro Electric, Riffin' with Griffin, and Movies with Malice and Tiger Belly. Okay, dude, it was awesome. You need to come back, and I want to get the story on like him too, as far as how you guys met and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex,
Okay.
Alex is
all right,
sick.
we're out of here.